بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين سيدنا ومولانا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to this read-through of Contemplating the Quran, the thematic commentary on the meanings of the 30 parts of the Holy Quran by Shaykh Ahmed Sa'ad. We're going to continue now with the 13th juz of the Quran, which encompasses Surah Yusuf, Surah Ra'ad, and the beginning of Surah Ibrahim. And the theme of this juz is the final destinations of the grateful and of the rejectors. This part begins about midway through the story of the Prophet of Allah, Yusuf alayhi salam, Joseph, where the truth had been revealed and this noble Prophet's innocence had become clear. He was then raised to a high political station and continued to call to Allah until Allah reunited him with his brothers and parents, crowned his patience with acceptance and his travails with success. The chapter Yusuf thus ends on a high note, with scenes that inspire optimism in those who sincerely work for the rectification of others. Prophets such as Joseph attain victory and assistance after having lost all hope of ever having acquired it. That's verse 110. Whilst wrongdoers are faced with the punishment of God, the mighty, the overwhelming. Chapter Ar-Ra'ad completes what began in Surah Yusuf by introducing the favours of the beneficent Lord who raised the heavens and spread the earth, subjugated the sun and moon, and caused plants of every shade to grow from the earth. Verses 2 to 4. His knowledge encompasses the secrets of the womb, the thunder and the angels sing his praise, and the whole cosmos prostrates before him in reverence. That's verse 8 to 15. In marked contrast to this, we have those transgressive human beings who oppose God with recalcitrant disobedience and disbelief, attaching themselves to that which will avail them naught. Thus he inspires hope in the hearts of those who would rectify the state of affairs, that truth will prevail and endure, and falsehood, though it may remain for a time, will ultimately vanish like the foam on the waves. That's verse 17. We are reassured that truth could have shifted mountains from their places with its might, cleaved asunder the earth, or given voice to the dead, if God has so willed. So we should not belittle truth, nor lose heart when it lacks apparent victory. Verse 31. For after some time every group will see their true station. Those who seek out the pleasure of God will be raised to gardens whose shade and sustenance will endure eternally, whilst disbelievers will be made to endure in the fire. That's verse 35. Thereafter, chapter Ibrahim narrates of how the argument of obstinate rejectors was torn apart, for God sent among them a messenger who spoke in their own tongue. Verse 4. He poured forth such favours upon them as would impel them to give thanks, promising them yet further blessings if only they did so. Verse 7. They were overcome by doubt, denied and rejected the truth. We are then told that even Satan, whom they will accuse of being the cause of their temptation, will exonerate himself from them on the day of judgment, such that there remains neither help nor assistance for them. Verse 22. This passage ends by revealing the sickness deeply rooted in their souls, that of rejection and ingratitude, and that such intransigence leads to but perdition and ruin. Verse 28. We are then presented with glimpses from the life of Abraham the friend, Ibrahim al-Khalil, who is famous for his gratitude in every circumstance. Indeed, he is singled out for this attribute in Surah An-Nahl, when Allah calls him grateful for his blessings. This prophet was blessed with progeny and provisioned with many fruits. We note the prominence of this part in two words, gratitude and ingratitude. Verse 35 to 41. The part draws to a close with the terrifying image of those who repudiate God and oppress others. As they are bound together with their cronies and equivalents from every age in fetters, their bodies are daubed in tar, such that it becomes like a garment for them, a fitting recompense for their stubborn rejection. Verse 42 to 51. This is a clarion call for every person of intellect and admonition for every person of heedlessness, so that every soul consider well their own state. Now let me make it easy for you. Inshallah, tomorrow we'll continue with part 14, whose theme is The Universe Calls You to God. Sallallahu ala Sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in bi rahmatika ya arhamar rahimin. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.